All right, hey everyone. Now this is Triumphs of Experience. And I can happily say that this was a great book. Now, in order of rankings, this is the second best book I've read, behind, of course, the best book ever, How to Read a Book. The answer is not subjective, it's objective, by the way. So, Triumphs of Experience. And this was about, as it says on the cover, just about a study. In this study, it was about these people and basically their entire lives. From, I don't want to say birth, but childhood. They talked about a lot about childhood, all the way till they were dead, which is like, 90. Well, of course, people died before, but like around 90. That was the age that they pretty much around stopped at. Or, the oldest age that they have. So, that age. And it was about, like, they were just comparing all their lives to see, like, what aspects of their lives made their lives great and, what things made their life worth. Like, what was their childhood like? That was a big part. What was their social standings? Like, what were their take on drugs? And, basically their whole life. And it showed, like, people, like, their happiness level, their fulfillment level, and based off of those things. So this was, like, pretty much a practical book for me. Because it was just like, wow, the happy people all have something that they love and that they care for. Like, wow, just find something that you love and care for. And usually that was, God, a partner, or kids, or like work. You could love work too, but preferably. Well, we'll get into the whole thing. Actually, we could just talk about. Yeah, we could just get into it now about what makes a life better. And what makes a life better is a good childhood. We can start from like the ground up. So a good childhood, warm. They said a warm household where you can talk to your mom, you can talk to your dad, and you can talk to your siblings. And it's fine if you don't have this, because I'm pretty sure I don't have this all the way. But why why this is important is because of course, there's all these factors. Oh, people who have a good relationship with their parents tend to make more money, things like that. But it's important for like just your growing up, but like for the end of your life, like the childhood wasn't really that important. So you know, if you're down bad or if you're really good, well, if you have a really good relationship with your parents, then like down the line, like say you're 60 and they're 90, and like they'll still be alive because supposedly they're good people, so they have to be healthy, and then like obviously you can still have friends then, have someone to talk to then, so that's always a good thing. But like when you get to like you when you get to 90, like that doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And the other thing, not necessarily with childhood, but with like when you get into college or yes, college, cause that's pretty much when it started at at Harvard and when they were in college, just like a study that they wanted to do, and your social, my bad, not social health, like they did like psychological testing and it was like graded, or that stuff doesn't matter. And college, of course, that doesn't matter. College kids are gonna be college kids. But I could say one thing about these kids is they were strict about themselves. So like they had either strict religious beliefs or they were strict about school. Some people were relaxed, but those people tended to, have lesser quality of lives, lesser, just worse lives. Study wise, maybe they could think it was optimal for them, but study wise, it wasn't so good. And there was actually one dude who was relaxed, very relaxed. Well, I thought like he resembled me pretty well. And he said his only fault was that he didn't have the need to lean on someone else. And I feel the exact same way. I have a lot of other faults too. But, like, wow, I don't really need anyone else. Like, I woke up, just did everything alone, doing this alone, all alone. So it's like, I don't really need anyone else. And it's not like I'm sad about it. I feel good. I feel good reading books. But, or so I should say. So I have the same problem as him. So he never, like, fully became open with his wives and kids. Which, now that I know this, I could change. Wow. All I have to do is tell people the truth now. That's why I love this book. They tell you exactly what to do. This dude, even though like his life was rated like in the top 3 or top 4, like he still knew that he wasn't at his peak. It wasn't a perfect life. I'm pretty sure no life is perfect. Well, people consider life is perfect, but it's like he he knew he could have done better if simply would have been more open. But now that we're into that, we could just talk about it, and that's relationships. And as I said, the happiest people tend to have great relationships. Like the people who had worse lives, either divorced a lot, or they had just a bad marriage. So this is like, it tells you what to do pretty much. Don't have a bad marriage. Find someone who will love you mutually. So a mutual relationship is where each side plays their part. The girl beats the girl. The man beats the man. Like it's that simple, and you lean on each other equally. So it's not like the woman loves him, but he doesn't love her back, or he loves her and she doesn't love him back. Like it's equal. So they reciprocate the feelings and things. So that's again pretty simple. And again, back on the friends, or we could talk about relationships again. Having good quality friends. The people who had the most friends had the happiest lives. Like a guy, he had 6 great friends when he died, and he had a wonderful life. Think about it. And great friends is like you could tell anything to. Like these were like great friends. And of course I have 0. So, but hey, I know this now. All I have to do is find great friends. Well, I have one great friend, in all honesty, but I haven't seen him in years, unfortunately. But that's pretty cool. Hey, make good friends. You'll have a better life. So simple. And the last thing that we could just talk about here is alcohol. And this one, of course, alcohol, I would say is bad, particularly because, well, the way that songs portray it. Like I heard this song on the radio like a month ago. It was like, I'm gonna drink till I can't think. Like who would bombard their system with that much neurotransmitters to the point where they can't even make a decision? That makes alcohol sound terrible. So I think it's terrible just because of that song. Also other things too, but I feel like I wouldn't do it. But in the people who like had, again, back to relationships, because alcohol tied in perfectly with this. The people who divorce more, either they drunk alcohol or the spouse drank alcohol, like obsessively. So it was like, this stuff is pretty simple. Hey, don't drink alcohol. Don't find someone else who drinks alcohol, and you'll have a happy life. It's honestly this stuff. That's why this book is so good, because it tells you. It doesn't even tell you what to do. It just says, here, 60% of divorces, or 70, whatever the number was, were 70% of divorces. In 70% of divorces, either one of the spouses was abusing alcohol. Like wow, it is that simple. Don't drink alcohol and don't find someone else who does it. So again, I can keep going and going on and on with this book, but that's pretty much it. So we're gonna end this off with, I'm pretty sure Sigmund Freud made the quote on how to have a happy life. And what did he say? To love and to work. This was Triumphs of Experience.